Good day. This is DK Bold with another Bold Business Report. Now, I do have a question for you as we get this Bold Business Report and this Wall Street Journal update underway. I would very much like your thoughts and opinions on the economy because we have some, well, shall we say, differing stories throughout the Wall Street Journal, and we have had over the past couple of days as well as today. So hang on, here we go. Fasten your seatbelt, put your tray table up in the upright and locked position, and let's go. On the front page today, Iran sanctions yield little. Well, big surprise there. Iran has recently acquired hardware used to enrich uranium. Wow, that's kind of scary. But yet we've tried to freeze some money, and the total money that has been frozen to date is $43 million, which is a pittance in the grand scheme of how much they make every day on oil. The proposal, and what the U.S. is saying is this proposal is not to freeze all of their money, but to make it difficult to continue moving forward with their nuclear plans. Well, that doesn't seem to be working. So anyway, so we move on. Inflation fears cut two ways at the Fed. What does that mean? Well, rates are at near zero levels and it's creating inflation worries. However, some inside the Fed are even saying that the economy is still burdened with excess capacity and yet it's showing no signs of inflation. The central bank is also trying to get an exit, basically trying to exit from this easy money experiment that they've been doing, and once they do this, it is going to affect everything. Mortgage rates, bank lending, you name it, it's all going to be affected. So it'll be interesting to see how that one plays off. And last on the front page, we have the Bank of Mom and Dad shuts amid white-collar struggle. Well, again, no surprise. Layoffs abound. The markets are slow or flatlining. So who does that ultimately hit? While it hits the parents, it definitely rolls downhill to the kids. Many times kids are unable to now finish college and or even go to college. So it's becoming tougher out there. The job market, even for these same children, it's tougher and tougher. We've got a summertime coming and it's going to hit everyone. So stay tuned. Second section, marketplace. Well, did you stand in line for your iPad? I didn't. Now I may get one, but I didn't stand in line. But for iPads, there were lines, but no shortages. There were mixed predictions about how the sales were going to go for the new iPad. Everything from Forrester Research coming out with a 3 million annual sales for the new iPad. Yet 7 million units are thought to be sold from the iSuppli Corporation. So where does it fall? Probably somewhere in the middle. Yet there were good lines and people were wanting it. The big question now is that you've got customers and you've got enthusiasts that want this product. Now the trick is do they really need it? And that will ultimately drive the sales. Second up, SandRidge to acquire oil rival. SandRidge, a typical natural gas exploration company in Oklahoma, has acquired their West Texas rival, Arena Resources, for $1.6 billion. Now this puts SandRidge more on a oil gas field play because of what Arena Resources does. So they are seeing that natural gas prices are falling and therefore feel that this is a fantastic play for them. We'll see how that works. And a play on words here, an economic pickup, truck sales show rebound. So yes, sure enough, full-size pickups outperformed the overall auto industry. Now, this is a very good sign for Detroit and for small businesses because it's those same small businesses that are buying these trucks. They happen to be employers. And the other thing to note is that this jump in sales was not because of incentives from GM, Ford, or any others. This is just flat. Companies are feeling more positive and more enthusiastic, optimistic about the upcoming environment. And then moving right along to section 3, money and investing. First up, natural gas data overstated. What does that mean? Well, U.S. Energy Department will be making sweeping changes and revisions to their data on data based on their natural gas production data. This calls into question their ability to even collect this data because what they were doing is surveying only the larger producers out there and then extrapolating that data, never taking into account the small players and the ups and downs in the market. Could be interesting as always on the natural gas side. And then second up, bond buyers more willing to buy risk. Now we've had articles, in fact we've talked about articles about bond buying and what's going on out there, yet now the credit markets have staged a comeback. Easy money, did you remember from the front page, we talked about that just a moment ago, easy money from the Fed is seen as some of the driver for this better than average credit markets. And firms are trying to get bonds that are backed by mortgages, not backed by the government. Maybe have they learned their lesson? We will wait and see, but hopefully this will play out as they want. And then last up, if you're a staffer one day and opponent the next, sure enough, 66 former SEC employees left the SEC to go on to then represent clients being investigated by the SEC. And one example, Steve Richards left the SEC in 2008 to join FTI Consulting. Then he turns around and represents them in a non-public investigation. Also in Los Angeles, Andrew Dunbar left the SEC to go on to Sidley Austin law firm, and again representing clients of that law firm in investigations with the SEC. Kind of an interesting play and a swinging door, if you will. Now that concludes our Wall Street Journal update. I would ask you again, please write a review. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. I am more than happy to change, update, and make this the best Wall Street Journal update for you and your business. As always, I encourage you to take charge and find your passions. Take a check out the website below. I think you might be surprised. Until next time, you have a great day, and we'll talk to you again. This is DK Bold with the Bold Business Report.